I'm Cy Wakeman, and I'm joining you by video tonight because I'm traveling on business, but I want to personally thank you for the wonderful recognition as Distinguished Alumni for Briar Cliff University for 2017. I am so honored to have been selected. It feels a bit odd to me because I truly believe I should be the one recognizing Briar Cliff University for the amazing experience I was blessed with while I was a student on the Hill. I came to Briar Cliff as a non-traditional student at the age of about 23. No one in my family had ever graduated from college in all the history of our family line. I had attended some college in the past, but I had made some horrendous choices in my life, and I left a really crazy college relationship to end up living in a pup tent down by the river at the Yankton Reservoir. Yes, you heard that right, down by the river. And if you read my bio, I'm a motivational speaker. And if you look at Saturday Night Live, you'll see a very funny connection there. Although it didn't seem like it at the time, I was homeless. And I started to think, I need to get my life together. For one thing, winter's coming. So as I started to figure out how to put my life together, I found a job. And at that job, I met an incredible woman who I don't remember her name, but I remember her because she suggested that I get my butt back in school and that I get a degree in what I was great at, which actually was helping people see life differently and realize that suffering is completely optional. She introduced me to a program, vocational rehab, that actually would provide me some dollars to be able to return to school and finish up a social work degree. I was very, very scared the first day I went to campus. I was also in kind of a bad place. I was pretty down and out. I was lacking in confidence. I was working to find a place to live that didn't include a tent. And I wanted a second chance at life. And now when I look back, and because of this award, I'm doing a lot of looking back, I realize that God delivered me onto that cliff, up on that hill, for a reason, for many reasons. Every day as I drove onto campus, I received exactly what I needed. It started with the values that are so alive at Briar Cliff, with respect and compassion. And it's just so abundant on the Hill how respectful and compassionate people are. But Briar Cliff became so much more in my life than just respect and compassion. My mom always loved the song Amazing Grace, and she had me sing it to her often. And as she was passing, when she asked me to sing that song to her at her funeral, I had the opportunity to ask her why she loved that song. Because the history of that song, being written about slave trade, is not that great. But to my mom, it had a whole different meaning. She loved the song Amazing Grace because she loved the phrase Amazing Grace. And she told me the reason she loved it is she actually believed if you surround yourself with enough amazing people in your life will be graced. And that's what happened for me at Briar Cliff University. The people that were put into my life were simply amazing. Jean Evans, a poetry teacher, an elective class I didn't want to take, turned me on to poetry. And I go back to poetry whenever I'm feeling uncentered. My favorite is Mary Oliver. It was amazing how she showed me how poets give language to the human experience. And I never thought I would be a writer. It's something I majored in. But thanks to Jean Evans, she taught me how to give language to experiences, which is what I feel I do for work-life experiences. Sylvia and John Cunin were my main professors in the social work program, and they built my confidence up. They saw greatness in me that I didn't see in myself. We got into such robust dialogue and amazing talks about justice and international relations and what our role in the world was. And then there was Lyle Franzen, and he taught me how to be present in the now with so much kindness. But I need to tell you, the person who influenced my life the most was Sister Grace Ann Whitty. And I know some of these professors aren't even there anymore that you guys might know. But let me just tell you this. Sister Grace Ann Whitty taught research. And when I was a student at Briar Cliff, research was no one's favorite topic. What she did in that class that made it not just about statistics and research was she taught me the importance of questioning the world as we see it and to not buy into conventional wisdom. And today, I'm known in the world as a drama researcher. I question conventional wisdom in leadership and HR, human resources, all the time. I want to leave you with a few pieces of advice besides just my gratitude for the amazing people I met at Briar Cliff. Some of the things I tell people when they ask me, Cy, what's your best advice? Is to stop believing everything you think. Now that's kind of crazy advice. Stop believing everything you think. What I want you to know is that you have an ego that narrates most of your world, and it distorts information, painting you as a victim and other people as villains. And if you can get to know your ego and know how it narrates your world and choose whether or not you're going to believe what it's telling you, you will open up a world of choices and ways that you can stop judging others and start helping others. Now, a lot of people ask me, how did I get to where I am today? And it wasn't a great plan. It was simply saying yes to what was in front of me next. I opened up my mind and opened up my heart. I kept my mind mentally flexible and my heart incredibly open so that I could actually just be there and see what opportunity might next best serve me and serve others. And so many times I just said yes to what's next with no guarantees and not knowing the future. I would also advise you to live life with no expectations, but with great expectancy. I know that the universe is kind and it has my back, and incredible things will happen, incredible things have happened. But I live without expectations because that's what leads to disappointment, and that's what leads to us missing the opportunities that are at hand that we need to say yes to. My hope is you go through life giving people the benefit of the doubt. It's what professionals do, is we give people the benefit of the doubt. Instead of jumping to negative conclusions, we assume noble intent. And my last lesson I learned at Briar Cliff is that intellect is knowing, but wisdom comes from questioning. And so I hope that you question the world often. I am so honored to be recognized by a place that I so loved. I came in as a non-traditional student at a time in my life that I had just come through some really tough stuff. And I left as the first college graduate in my family, married, pregnant with my first baby. It was such an amazing day, the day I graduated. At the Mass that I attended during graduation ceremonies at Briar Cliff, I heard for what seemed like the first time, even though I've been to Catholic Mass my entire life, I heard the phrase, only say the word and you shall be healed. I heard it for the first time at graduation, and I realized how true it is. I had sought healing, and I received it just for the asking. How amazing is that? So my last advice to you is to give grace freely. Don't wait for others to even ask. Be part of the healing that needs to happen in our world right now. Make our Franciscan values visible to the world. Live intentionally. I have a morning prayer I say each morning that helps me do just that I want to share with you. It's called the 3-step prayer, and I learned it from a wonderful Native American nun who visited campus while I was there. And again, I must not be good with names because I don't remember hers, but I'll never forget the prayer. When you get out of the bed in the morning, do it with intention. Your first step on the ground, step into who you are and who you want to be. Take a minute to just meditate on who you want to be during the day. Your second step is how you want to connect with the world, how you want to walk in the world today. Make that choice. And then your third step is how you want to move into the mystery, all that's to come that you don't know about. Every morning, my first 3 steps, I get intentional about who I want to be, how I want to connect with the world, and having an attitude of expectancy. So go forward and do great things in the world. And remember that great things are usually just the accumulation of small things done with love and compassion. I wish you all the best, and I know you'll go out and do great things. And again, thank you for the honor.